Eyes are closed. Keep your eyes closed, open the palms. Inhale the arms up. At the top, hands together. Now stay right here. Gently lower the shoulders, soften the knees. Feel your belly moving in and out, keeping the chest nice and quiet. As you exhale, hands to heart center. Sharing the pranava 3 times all together. Take a breath in. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. 3 times, the shorter version of the Guru Mantra. All together, take a breath in. Om Hrim Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Hrim Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Hrim Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And as you exhale, open the eyes, release the hands. Let's begin sun salutations with mantra. I'll walk us through. Open up the palms, inhale, arms up, look at your hands. Drop the shoulders, soften the knees. On your next exhale, come back to heart center. Repeating after me. Om Mitraye Namaha. Back bend. Inhale, arms up, and come right into your back bend. Now, of course, since we're chanting, we initiate each movement with the correct inhale or exhale, but then we just have to breathe normally so that we can do the chant. So repeating after me. Om Ravaye Namaha. Exhale, come down into, let's come down on bended knees. Repeating after Om Suryaya Namaha. Lift the head. If you can, place your hands on the mat. As you inhale, you step back with the right foot and come all the way into a lunge in one inhale. Once you're in the inhale, you do your best to make sure your hips are squared. And for those of you who can, fingers and toes are in line, palms down, but the back is straight. So shoulders are rolled behind you, back is straight, you're shining the heart. Om Banave Namaha. As you exhale, you come right into a downward facing dog. Om Karkaya Namaha. Exhale into knees, chest, chin. Om Pushnaya Namaha. Inhale, you release the body down. Keep inhaling and come right up into your cobra or baby cobra. Om Haranyagarbhave Namaha. On an exhale, you push back up into downward facing dog. Om Marichaya Namaha. Looking at your hands, inhale and right foot forward into a lunge. Om Aditaya Namaha. Exhale, bring the left foot forward and come right into your forward fold. Om Savitre Namaha. Inhale right into a back bend. Om Arkaya Namaha. Exhale, come back with hands together at your heart center. Om Bhaskaraya Namaha. And release the hands. All right, let's do the left side at this pace. Open up the palms, inhale up. Looking at the hands, stay here, drop the shoulders, soften the knees. Feel nicely grounded from big toe to outer heel. Hands together, exhale to your heart center. Repeating after me. Om Mitraye Namaha. Inhale into back bend. Om Ravaye Namaha. Exhale into forward fold. Om Suryaya Namaha. Inhale, left foot behind you into lunge. Om Banave Namaha. Exhale into downward facing dog. Om Kagaya Namaha. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Om Pushnaya Namaha. Inhale, Cobra. Om Haranyagarbhave Namaha. Exhale into downward facing dog. Om Maricha Namaha. Inhale, left foot comes forward into a lunge. Om Aditya Namaha. Exhale into forward fold. Om Savitre Namaha. Inhale into back bend. Om Arkaya Namaha. Come back. Hands at heart center. Om Bhaskaraya Namaha. And release your hands. All right, let's do the whole thing together. I think you know the breaths and the positions, and we'll just kind of flow through it. All right, I'll start us off, but then I'll just keep going with the chants. Okay, I'll wait for you to repeat the chant because maybe it's a lot to remember, but I'm not going to go as slowly this time and give you all the directions. You know what to do. All right, we're in Tadasana. Open up your palms. Let's begin. Inhale up. Keep going. Om Mitraye Namaha. Om Ravaye Namaha. Om Sriyaya Namaha. Okay, this is the right foot back in lunge. Om Vanave Namaha. Om Khagaya Namaha. Om Pushnaya Namaha. Om Haranyagarbhave Namaha. Om Adichaya Namaha. This is the right foot forward. Om Aditaya Namaha. Om Surya Namaha. Om Arkaya Namaha. And ending, Om Bhaskaraya Namaha. Release the hands. Let's do the left side. Open the palms. Inhale up. Exhale to your heart. Om Mitraye Namaha. Inhale, back bend. Om Ravaye Namaha. Exhale, forward fold. Om Suryaya Namaha. Left foot. Inhale it back into lunge. Om Banave Namaha. Exhale, downward facing dog. Om Kagaya Namaha. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Om Pushnaya Namaha. Inhale, Cobra. Om Haranyagarbhave Namaha. Exhale, downward facing dog. Marichaya Namaha. Left foot. Inhale. Left foot comes forward into lunge. Om Aditaya Namaha. Exhale, right foot comes forward, right into forward fold. Om Savitre Namaha. Back bend. Om Arkaya Namaha. Exhale, come back, hands at heart center. Om Bhaskaraya Namaha. And release. Let's come down to our mat. On your backs, knees to chest, and roll from side to side. That was a lot of back bends and forward bends we just did. And come to center. Make sure your chin is nicely in place in a neutral position, not tilted up. Let's keep our knees exactly where they are. Open up the hands to the sides, palms up. And as we come into the spinal twist, no matter how you land, unless it's really uncomfortable, let's try and stay there in stillness. Breath in. Exhale, knees to the right, you look to the left, and hold in stillness here. Coming to the other side, take a breath in. Exhale, contract, tilt. Come to center and to the other side and hold in stillness. If you find your mind wandering, try to track the passage of the air in and out of the nose. Keep your focus there. All together coming out, take a breath in. Exhale, contract, tilt, come to center. Knees are still over the chest, arms are extended, hold here. On your next exhale, let's all roll up into Dhasana, arms extended, go ahead. Hold here, release tension in the thighs, even if your knees come off the mat, doesn't matter. Drop the shoulders, shine the heart, head is in neutral position. As you exhale, release. Okay, come to a standing position again. So earlier, we practiced the warrior threes without any support of our hands. The key to that is a bit of tension that you use in a cobra in your lower back to lift up the chest. The tension you feel when we go down in forward folds with our, that's the same tension you want to replicate in the Warrior Three. Sometimes it gets harder to do with our arms down here because there's more weight. So you have to really think about lifting up and being very centered and grounded through that leg. So let's come into Tadasana. Open up the palms. Inhale the arms up. At the top, drop the shoulders, bend the knees. Okay, in this position, think about grounding through the feet by lifting the arches. Remember, lifting the arches, the ankles come towards one another, but the knees come out. There's some external rotation. As you hinge from the hips, exhale, hinge from the hips, come down, nice straight back. Let's come down halfway and hold. Feel that tension throughout the back. As you exhale, release, come all the way down. Your knees can be bent. Let's come into a Warrior Three, supported with our hands first. Shift the weight to the right foot. Put your hands a little wider, and then simply lift the left foot behind you. As the left foot comes behind you, if you can, straighten out the right knee. If it's a little bent right now, just because of flex issues, no big deal. Okay, so I'm supporting myself on my fingertips right now. It's important that your hips are over the heel of that standing leg. If you're too far back, there's no way you're going to be able to take your hands off the mat. If you're too far forward, it's also impossible. That piece of centered balance. There must be tension in the back leg. Just like we've been doing the Salutations, the locust pose, you're using your glutes and your hamstrings, a little bit of the lower back to keep this left leg up. Now, as I come up onto my tippy fingers, I'm thinking about lifting the heart up, which helps me lengthen the back, doing my best to keep my head in line with my spine. It's at that point that I can float the hands up. I have a nice soft gaze in front of me on the mat. Okay, let's bring the hands back down and lower the leg. It gets a little tiring until we're used to it for the standing leg. Let's do the other side. My hands, if I'm centered in my mat, they're as wide as the mat. That's my balance point. Shift the weight to the left leg. Lift the right leg behind you. As you're lifting, that's when you start, introducing tension, activating the glutes, the hamstrings, feeling nicely centered over that standing leg. You don't want to lift your hands up until you've taken the weight of your torso into your back and torso, okay? When you feel that you've done that, that's when you can easily just hang around with your hands anywhere. So we're floating the hands. I'm definitely feeling tension in the glutes to hold that right leg up. All right, gently bring the hands down and lower the right leg. Bend the knees, put your hands on your thighs, tuck the chin, and inhale and roll up. And exhale. Okay, any questions or concerns?
I can't do it.
Oh.
If that's
Okay.
concerning.
Okay, is that a concern? Okay. Where is it feeling unstable for you, Mia?
I guess in my feet. I mean, it just I don't know if I have my weight positioned wrong or I don't know, but I have terrible balance, and I don't know what the source of that is, but I can't do any balance poses. Maybe tree I can do.
Okay. You know what? Let's do tree pose next, because part of the trick of this position, because I know you've got the core strength. I know you. I know your body too. I know you have the core strength to hold yourself up, but maybe you're not activating correctly yet the standing leg. Because remember when I say don't dump your weight into the standing leg, you have to keep lifting up out of the bones all the time. Maybe there's a little tendency in that flow there.
Okay, maybe so. Yeah.
All right, so when we come into tree pose, let's really think about the integrity of the standing leg. I don't care where your bent knee is, if it's at the ankle, the knee, or even if you're holding it. What we're concentrating on is the integrity of the standing leg. So let's come into Tadasana. In Tadasana, shifting the weight to the left leg. Shift the weight. I'm not letting this hip pop out, okay? Shifting the weight over it. Freeze up the right foot. Let's put it into position. I'm holding mine right now below the knee. And I'm really thinking, lifting up out of that standing leg. I have a nice soft gaze in front of me on something that is not moving. If you feel good, open up the palms. Inhale, arms up at the top. Exhale to your heart. Now, if there is stability problem in the knee, let's say the knee has arthritis or we have uneven muscular development, you can bend the standing knee just a little bit, okay? As long as you maintain that contact of the big toe and the outer heel. You don't want to collapse the foot muscle. That has to maintain. Exhale, release. Let's come out. Opposite side. Inhale, shift the weight to the right, just enough to free up the left foot. Put the foot in position. Do your best to even out your hips. Sometimes we tend to arch the back because we're so used to having stability with our back arched. So, you have to bring it in with that bit of a pelvic tilt. That's also going to lend stability. Open up the hands, inhale, arms up, exhale to your heart. So, standing leg, lifting the arch, soft knee, slight forward pelvic tilt, soft gaze in front. Exhale, simply release. Bringing our right knee in front of our right hip. Shift the weight left. Right knee comes up in front of the right hip. Square the hips. Lift through the bones of your standing leg. Don't lose sight of lifting the arch at the slight tilt of the pelvic. Envision a nice straight line from the coccyx to the top of the head. Hands can be at heart center for stability. Of course, if our shoulders are messed up, crooked, and then it doesn't help. So let's just do our best. Exhale, release. Feel yourself gently shift back to equal weight. Inhale, shift right. Free up the left foot. Left knee in front, square the hips, lift through the bones, lift the arch, tuck the pelvis, feel that straight line from coccyx to head, soft gaze in front, hands at heart center, and then really even out the breath. Exhale, release. Into Dhasana with bent knees, forward fold coming down halfway. Open up the palms. Inhale, arms up. At the top, bend. Drop the shoulders, shine the heart. Really think about the arch. Slight attention to the knees and the hips. So as we go down, they maintain their distance. You exhale, bend at the hips. Come down. Come down halfway. You can look at your fingers, or if that's challenging for the neck, you can just look down. Hold here. Keep extending through the fingertips so you're not dumping torso. You're still extending out. Nice long back. Knees are bent to protect the lower back. 8, 7, 6. Keep rotating the knees out so that you don't become knock-kneed. 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to stand up. Inhale, lift the torso up. And exhale, release. Let's do the same thing in a wider straddle. Open up the hands, shrug behind you. Feel the position right now of your shoulder blades. We're going to do our best to maintain that position as we move our arms. Inhale the arms up. As you exhale, forward fold from the hip. Keep extending out. Come down halfway. Gaze can be down at the floor. If you backwards, even out your weight between the toes and the heel. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In control, come all the way down. Relax, let the shoulders come to your ears, no big. To come up, bend the knees, place your hands on your thighs, roll the shoulders back, lift the head, lengthen the back. Now lift the torso so that it's parallel to the ground. Okay, it's a lot easier now because our knees are bent and we don't have the weight of our arms dragging us down. We have a nice straight back now. Inhale, rise up. And release. So when we're doing Warrior 3, a lot of times we start from a standing position and we go down into it, but there's a lot of weight with our arms extended overhead, right? To up in Warrior 3. So another way to do it is with your arms extended, like we do in Swan Dive. Some people do it with their hands at heart center. For us, we started with our arms down with a little bit of support. So yeah, we had a little bit more weight starting out because our arms are hanging down, but it also gave us a chance to understand the position of the rest of the body. So that was the process. All right, let's come back down to a comfortable seated position. I do have a mantra chant. I want to go through a new one for you, but let's have 2 minutes of disciplined breathing. That means the same length of inhale, the same length of exhale for 2 minutes, just to calm the body down, and then we'll learn the new chant. So go ahead and start. I'll time. Go ahead, take your last exhale here and open the eyes and look at your computer screen. Hopefully you can see the mantra I have on. So this is one of the first mantras that I learned actually, really learned and understood, I should say. This was taught to me by a female yoga who was very spiritual and always happy. So it's the mantra with a lot of healing vibrations, and she had some incredible stories to tell about it. So I'm going to go through it once, and then we'll go line by line. Just like everybody knows the Gayatri Mantra, this is one of those mantras that everybody learns. So it sounds like this. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugyantyam Pushti Vadanam Urvarukama Bandhanan Mrityoramukshiyamamritat. The Swaha is just an ending, sort of giving more spiritual oomph to the mantra. So let's go line by line, and you can repeat after me. You know what? Why don't you unmute yourself? Because there's only two of us. That way we can, if it doesn't bother, we'll see if we can hear each other.
There's three of us.
Oh,
Thank you, Carol.
Can I ask a question, because these things bother me if I don't ask? In the
ask, Carol.
English translation, it says, may he help us sever our bondage with samsara. What is samsara?
Samsara is the continual wheel of life and reincarnation that we're stuck in.
Okay. Thank
All
you.
right. And yep. And when they say he, that's just, it's not he or she, because there is no gender in the spiritual world.
Okay.
Just that when we have to put it into a binary alphabet, that's what happens.
Is there gender in Sanskrit?
In Hindi, yes. Yeah, you know, they do talk about female, and that is true. But the qualities are not the colors that we have put on it over the centuries. The quality is that the male is this all-pervading, unmanifest consciousness. The female is this all-pervading, manifested consciousness. It's the other side of the coin, but it's the same consciousness. One is unmanifest and one is manifested. So when it's manifested, it's here in the physical world that we can perceive.
Uh-huh.
That's the difference. Then over time, culturally, they have added on nurturing, the moon, the yin, the yang. But it's actually even different between Buddhists and Hindus in Tantric and Veda. So there's always some nuances there.
Okay.
Let's see. Was that the only word right?
Yeah, for me.
Okay. Okay. So this is the first one. Om Bakam Yajamahe. Go ahead. Om
Triambakam. Oh.
Yajamahe.
Yajamahe.
Yep. We're going to do it again. Om Triambakam Yajamahe.
Om
Kam Yajamahe.
Good. Ndyam
Sugandhyam
Pushti
Pushti
Vadanam
Vandanam.
Good. This one is a little more complex. Urvarukamir.
Ubarukamir.
Vandanan.
Vandaman.
Mrityor.
Mrityo.
Mukshya.
Moksha.
Mamritat.
Mamritat.
Yep. Om Triambakam Yajamahe.
Om Triambakam Yajamahe.
Sugandhyam
Sugandhyam.
Pushti
Pushti.
Vadanam
Vadanam.
Urvarukamir
Varukamir.
Vandanan Mritor Shya
Muksia.
Mamritat.
Mamritat.
Om Triambakam Yajamahe.
Om Triambakam
Nambakam Yajamahe.
Sugandhyam
Sugandhyam
Pushti
Pushti.
Vadanam
Vadanam
Urvarukamir
Urvarukamir
Vandanan
Vandanan
Mrityoramukshya
Mrityoramyuksha.
Mamritat.
Mamritat.
Nice. Let's try and do the whole thing together. I know it's new, but it's so beautiful. Okay, ready? Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhyam Pushti Vadanam Urvarukamir Bandhanan Mrityoramukshiyamam Ritat. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhyam Pushti Vadanam Urvarukamir Bandhanan Mrityoramukshiyamam Ritat. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhyam Pushti Vadanam Urvarukamir Bandhanan Mrityoramukshiyamam Ritat.
Quite beautiful, but I'd rather listen to you do it.
Yeah. You guys, you know how it's spelled. Take a screenshot. You know how to take a screenshot, Mia? On your
Always
there's
have
something.
it up.
It says
Oh, you're still recording.
Oh yeah, so you can see it on the recording. Okay, but if you want it for your own, you
I
can
do.
take a screenshot. Somewhere on your computer it says PRTSC. You push that and you'll get a screenshot right now. So you can Google this. I'm giving you not more, it is a Hindu version of the melody and I don't know, the meter. Because when we're doing Sanskrit chants,
Yeah.
it's important, to the best of our ability as Westerners, to have the meter of the tune,
Yeah.
because that's also really important. Like there are some mantras that are only done in the morning, some only in the evening. They have, just like we have different poetic meters, so do they in their classical music. And it has a different vibration according to the time of the day, according to the place, according to the season. Now this mantra, as far as my knowledge is, you can chant it anytime.
Well, I noticed that some syllables are pronounced and then some are not. Some are held longer, like when you go mam, re, dot, you hold that E sound, and then some totally disappear.
Yep, and that's really important.
So
That's really important.
Learned from repeating and hearing you say it over and over.
Yeah, and I learned that from my teacher, and then just keep studying. So mine is not perfect. I think I need to study years and years this stuff. But yeah, what's interesting that you might find is the vowels are called Shiva.
Oh,
remember, Shiva is male. That is the unmanifested consciousness that is everywhere, and that just keeps. You can go E, O, U, I. Vowels just keep reverberating, right? That frequency, vibration just keeps going. But ta, ka, sa, ba, ga, consonants are short. They can't keep going.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Exactly.
They're called Shakti. Shakti is female because it's in the manifested world. So there are limits. So when we are doing a mantra in this, physical world, we have these beautiful long vowels or short vowels that are encased by consonants to give them direction and time and intensity. Now, I could not analyze every single letter in this mantra, but every single letter, whether it's the M or the S sound, has, in terms of energy, intensity, flow, direction.
Corinne, is S always pronounced like she, like sh, S-H?
Okay, if you look at the S that they're using, it's in the second line, the very first one.
Yeah, pushti.
No. Okay, no, pushti is in the middle.
Yeah. The first one is sugan.
Yep, and that first letter is how you do S.
Okay.
If you look, sugandim, it's sort of the second word in the middle. There's like a horseshoe with a line through it. That is a sh sound.
Pushti.
Right. Can you see my marker right here?
Oh, I'm looking at the I'm looking at the Latin alphabet, our alphabet.
Yeah, no. That's the thing, why once you get serious about a mantra, you have to understand that this first letter is an S, pronounced S. This letter here is sh, from the sh, Ashanti.
Okay.
And the same thing with the T sounds. But I thought we wouldn't go into that today.
Okay.
Can I ask one more question though? The third line.
Yep.
Urvar Ukam. And
Yep.
then that IVA. Doesn't sound like IVA.
Yes,
That's
and you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Okay. This is partly the way I learned and the way I keep analyzing this, because when I also started to learn the Sanskrit alphabet, I said, why are we doing it kind of with an R sound? So, this is the V sound right here, this one. It's a poetic license in the mantra tone, melody. But if we were reading it, just reading it, we would say, Urvarukamba Bandanan. But I've slowed down so many mantra chants on YouTube, and my ear perhaps not sensitive enough to the sound, but I can't get a really hard V sound whenever I hear it. And I didn't learn it with the V sound.
Okay. Okay.
Vaban, Vara. It's, well, look at here what happens, va and ba in Spanish,
Yeah.
right? They get that sound mixed up here too. But yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right, Carol.
They're pronounced the same like in Spanish.
You know, I mean, there's no rolling of R, although sometimes I do it by mistake because I'm so used to adding that a little bit in Spanish, do it in Sanskrit. The R sound, let me see how this R is. Mamritat.
You're saying a Spanish.
I know. See, I just did it. Mamri, and it's not. It's Mamritat.
Like in English? Like
Yep.
just
Internet.
okay. Okay. Well,
It's weird. You know how in grammar we have tildes and things in Spanish?
Yeah.
See this little curly Q right here?
Yeah.
Usually that's on the top line to indicate that you want a R sound.
I see.
So that's why that mum, because there's a different letter altogether for R. But because it is stringing along two syllables, let's say,
Yeah.
it's written like that. But see all the other tildes? They are indicating a, u, long sound, long U, short U sounds. And the dots, as you see a dot on top,
Yeah.
Triyambakam, that means you want a nasal sound.
Well, we'll never get there.
Yeah.
I mean, we just have to do the basic sounds, right? And get that.
Yeah, right. That's how I learned. If I had to analyze it when I first learned it, I would have been overwhelmed. For me, I think it would be too overwhelming. But there you go.
Well, can I change the subject and ask you how Yike's doing?
Oh,
Yep,
good.
let me just turn the recording off. Let's say Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.